Welcome back to the Beat and Bam 3 event. I know you're just here to see the rounds, so I'm going to jump into those real soon. This event closes at 7 p.m. Pacific. The code is BAM31. We're closing a little bit earlier this time, so we get the live stream in a little bit earlier in the day for you. Prizes this time around, we have prizes for first place, prizes for Beat and Bam. We have highlighted the event. And this time around, we're adding in the IRL prizes donated by 777 Customs, these sweet I Beat Bam discs. To be eligible for one of these, beat Bam in one of these events this season, and you'll be entered into the playoffs to play against the other people who beat Bam to be able to take home one of these sweet discs by 777 Customs. Shoot him a message on Facebook if you want to get any disc in the game printed on a real disc for you to use. Layouts this time around, we're starting out with Aaron's Aguilas, designed by Aaron Christensen as a reward for taking first place. Well, first place, that wasn't me, in the last Beat and Bam event. We have Owlwood, Big Bad Wolf, which is previously designed by Dan, bunch of holes where hopefully there's not going to be a big wind. And then H3LL Hell is very difficult par threes that'll play it on live stream after the event closes 7 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want a notification when I'm going live on Sunday. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these rounds. Alrighty, here we go with round one, jumping in. Aaron's Aguilas. My Spanish sucks, so I probably said that with a terrible accent. Aaron's Eagles Unique Lines by Aaron Christensen, or a set of holes with unique lines by Aaron Christensen, where he expects to have an eagle line where most of us, myself included, are simply playing for the birdie. So this one is going to be the Water Skip Sapphire for me. I try to leak this out to the right rather than going to the left, especially with this wind, because if you go to the left, you can bring up in OB real quick to play. Whereas you go to the right, there's a lot more room out here. Forehand with the 60 feet of power should start this out with a birdie. Hole 2, Frozen Valley 4. Oh man, the wind brings temptation. I don't think I can. No, I don't know. I don't know the winds well enough. So it's a backhand, glide, roll, rive, get way out here safe to the right. I definitely could have cut that closer to the shore. But I'm not too worried about this approach. Hopefully I'm not going to bite myself for saying that. 341 and the headwind. I'm considering between Glide Sapphire and Water Skip Sapphire. I think I'll go Glide Sapphire and give it a little bit extra height. And there we go. It's going to drop down nicely on the green to take this birdie. If you want to run that eagle, go for it. At the end of this round, I'm going to have a link to Aaron's video playing these holes as well. And I'm sure he's going to show a great eagle run at that with his line. I forgot this is part of Aaron's Aguilas. I just take an accurate roll musket down low, give it a little bit of Anheuser, because if I'm going to miss it all, I want to miss to the right rather than to the left. I'm going to be here to take a birdie, 40 feet. I'm going to backhand it in now. This has changed with the chain updates. So I'm not worried about coming in too fast or even really about coming in too high. But the actual putting motion makes it really easy to miss left or right. It's a glide roll rive. Usually default aim, but without wind, push it to the right. I'm going to aim down slightly and give it a straight pullback. Unless this gets pinched against the rock on the left, I'm not in a bad spot. Honestly, this isn't great, but what I can do is I can take the harp and just throw the harp around the corner here to this right side and plan to throw in from up here. Occasionally you get one of those pillars in your way, you have to get a little bit cheeky with it, but that's not the case for me here. I get to go just 60 feet of power, 76, around to 80, and that 2 headwind makes me take 20 feet of power off with my aim points. Big wind from the right to the left here. My typical line is straight up the middle, but with this wind, I'm going to throw it out here to the right with the accurate roll musket and let it fade back, right into the water? No, I guess I should aim that a little bit further to the right. Usually I leave that out way further right than I intend to, so I tried to cut that a little bit closer, but clearly cut it a little bit too close and almost ended up OB there. Ooh, I really like this hole, actually. I think Aaron's going to like this win, too. I take the Glide Sapphire, put the bottom chevron. You can kind of see a light strip in the wall down there. And then with the 1 wind, the pullback is here. With this 2 wind, I'm going to give it a little bit of Anheuser. And this is looking great if it gets down. Get down. Get down. Yes! It got down. 199 is the musket, but this is way closer than that 199. Unfortunately, I'd rather be like 200 feet away because I haven't known. I'm going to guess like 200 feet of power on this throw-in. And, oh, almost able to get it. That 200 feet away, the musket is perfect if you're 200 feet off the tee. Getting closer, and you have more of a random shot, more figuring out what to do with each elevation change and position. I'd much rather be in a consistent position than close. This is the accurate roll musket, just over the tree. Drop it down for hopefully a pretty simple birdie. It's hard to mess up most of the time. I certainly won an ace run. I've been trying to figure out with the skip sapphire. Again, you'll probably see that in Aaron's video, the skip sapphire line. This wind brings so much temptation. I want to see how it looks when I get over here. Yeah, I got to try it. I'm not super confident, so this might be a 4. Oh, get around the rock. Oh, bummer. Dang it. I know that on a 1 wind much better. It might be a 4, it might be worse. Let's see. Sapphire around here. Hopefully just stays up top. Oh, stay up top. Uh-oh. Is it in? That's inbound, but this is still a tough save. Oh, this is why it's Aaron's Aguilas, not Bam's Aguilas. I'll go to like 100 feet of power. And dang. There's a bogey. We did not stay bogey-free. These first ones got a little too aggressive. Could have been an easy birdie for sure. And this is the harp. Get the top chevron down to the right side and give it a half disc of Anheuser. You're going to slide up on this ice and snug up next to the basket for what is here a tap in. So that's how you can see how I play these holes. Look in the top right of the screen if I'm doing this correctly now. There's going to be a little link there to Aaron's channel. You'll see him playing a much more aggressive line on all of these holes and see him do the aggressive line on hole 8 there, AKI Springs 1, probably a lot more successfully. Round 2 is Owlwood. One of the things I like about Owlwood, it has a lot of Owlwood only shots. You're going to see those as we come through. I'll call them out as we get there. But hole 1 is the glide roll rive. Straight up the middle, give it a little bit of Anheuser. Not much can go wrong here. Occasionally that rock, if you get it just wrong, can give you a big kick OB straight to the right there. Most of the time it doesn't. It's okay to be a little bit further left and get like 60 feet away and have that throw in. I'm going to go glide water skip or glide roll. What am I going to do here? I'm going to glide roll. Cut this straight through and hit this tree. It's definitely not the plan to hit that tree. And 248, man, I don't even know if I think the harp will reach there for a safe layup, right? Yes. If you get on the shore a little bit closer, take about 20 feet of power off for that elevation change and to hit that throw in. So if you're like 150 away, throw it about 130 power, and that's how you make that adjustment. All right, let's run this with the warship. Get down, usually the top of the basket. That 2 wind is going to push the height, so I'm going to put it down a bit lower and give it just under a full disc of Anheuser. Oh, this has a chance. This has a chance to miss to the right, but it's still here for hopefully a safe putt, but I'm going to throw because of the new wind or the new chain reactions like I was talking about. Getting in for the birdie. And I try to forget about it. AKI Springs 1 already. That was such a good wind. Can't believe I messed that up. A lot of you are going to be getting that one for sure. I'm going to go water skip sapphire here. Just give it a bunch of hyzer around the corner. I used to worry a lot about hitting that tree, that last tree that I just went by. But I realized once I learned how to make the 60 or 70 footer, because the raised basket, that tree wasn't scary anymore. Glide roll arrive here on hole 5. I slide left, put the middle chevron just below the base of that tree, and a half disc of Anheuser. Slides me right up the middle. I certainly could go glide water skip or light glide. It gets a little more distance if I clip those trees. But what scares me is if I don't clip those trees like I didn't here, that could have gone way long if it was the glide water skip or a light glide that I don't bag. I also used to do that hole with a turn glide drive, light glide paradigm for my bag now. But that just got too touchy for me. That's kind of why I moved away from it. Roll musket, middle chevron on the right side of the tree, and low power forehand roller. Never gonna mess this up. It's gonna roll around. I say never gonna mess it up. I've certainly messed it up a couple times, and my mistake is not giving it enough power, and it peters out to the left early and gets caught up in this mess over here. Most of the time, if you make the adjustment correctly, you're gonna be down there for this birdie. Let's go to Owlwood 7. It's a big wind for me. I slide right and get the glide sapphire down, and in every wind I can go the sapphire. If I have a headwind, I do switch to the rive. Make sure I give it enough hyzer. Shade around this corner, over the top, and should be close there. And it is staying nice and close for the putt at 30 feet. Get it in for this birdie. Owlwood 8 is going to bring our next bonus eagle opportunity into play. I don't love this wind, but honestly, I forget how to throw it in the air. I don't remember how to do the air shot anyway, so I'm going to go the middle chevron, kind of the base of that tree there. I'm going aiming down a bit because of this wind. And the roller on the forehand about here. And let's see if this can get lucky getting through there. I have no idea at this point. It's looking like it might have a chance. If this stands up, this might have a great chance. It's not going to stand up, so it's going to be pretty far down the hill. I don't really like my chances for this throw-in, but I have a look at it, and that's the cool thing. Taking that roller line, most of the time you're going to have a look. Well, not most of the time you're going to have a look. Some of the times you're going to have a look. I'm going to go with like 130 power and let the wind push it up there more. Oh, way short. I don't know how to adjust for the wind from that far. And taking the birdie instead. I'll be okay with clean birdie. Already opened the door enough on Ikigai Springs 1. Trying not to make too many risky moves to come back. Here's the Accurate Glide Sapphire. The aim point is the top chevron just to the left of the distance marker out there. And give it a straight pullback. You're going to get some collision, but it's going to land in if you get that little bit of collision there. I know there's definitely a line going further to the left and getting through without any collision. Just never one I learned. There used to not be any collision through those trees that I just hit. But I came in and I didn't want to change my lineup. It just disked up from the roll sapphire to the glide sapphire. So there's -9 on Owlwood. We'll head over to round 3. Round 3 is Big Bad Wolf, the brainchild of Dan. Dan was on the channel recently doing a dual commentary with me. Big Bad Wolf, Dan had originally called this Hopefully Not a Hurricane, which is a long name, but I think a better descriptor of these holes. These are all holes that you are just hoping the winds are not up really high because things can get kind of crazy with high winds. This type 292, I'm going to take the sapphire in and hopefully it should land safely in there. Cutting a little bit closer than I'd like, but we do get into the tap in to take this first birdie. Hole 2, Northern Lights 3, and look at that. It's a freaking hurricane. What am I going to do here? I'm going to get a little bit aggressive with the glide roll rive. See if I can get far enough down there that I can throw a sapphire into the green. I may have managed to do this, but now I'm guessing, trying to second guess if I'm too close for the glide sapphire. Yeah, it's going to be water skip in here now. Slide up. Give me some good ground play. Give me some good ground play. Yikes.
It's not bad, but 80 and then 50 because I'm going 3 headwind, then 40 for the downhill. Let's see if I can save this. Not too confident. Hey, that is a tough birdie, and I am proud of that one because I hate this hole. If you remember the first Beat and Bam event, this hole was in Bam's beatdown, the ones I hate. I actually love this hole. This is the water skip Rive. Slide right, top chevron down there, and about 2/3 power up over these trees. This is leaking a little bit to the right, and hopefully it pushes back in, and slides. Woo! Got lucky through there, given a little bit more Anheuser. It's about a half disc of Anheuser if there is a one wind. I'll go 60 feet of power on this raised basket. I want to adjust my aim a little bit to the right. I'm going to miss off a little bit. I'd rather miss to the right than missing to the left, since the left is weak chain side. And just like in real life now, the left side is not as good at catching. All right, not a hurricane here this time, so we'll run it here. Frozen Valley 4. This is Aaron's line. See if I can get this to curl left. Yes. Yes, beautiful eagle. Oh, I went 60 power instead of 50, but I got lucky there, and there's some forgiveness when you're that close to the basket. Oh, another hurricane. I think this is still worship for me. I'm going to aim down low and let this push out to the right. And it is going to get there. Whew. Hopefully not a hurricane on Big Bad Wolf, but there is indeed a hurricane on a few of these holes. So hopefully you can use these wind reads from watching this video so you don't make the mistakes there. I've really enjoyed having the Skip Sapphire in the bag for this hole. Gets me that much closer. Top chevron, kind of in the middle of the Mando, and a little bit of hyzer on that. Gets through the Mando, and a great skip up here. It's been so nice having these less than 30 feet putts on this basket, whereas the Glide Sapphire, it wouldn't be uncommon for me to have 60, 70 feet, which honestly isn't bad, but there's a greater chance for mistake on those 60, 70 footers. Okay, another hurricane here, but thankfully it's going in the right direction. I'm still going to go glide water skip. Try to make sure I get enough around this corner, and I don't think I did. Is it going to fade enough to give me a good look? Oh, wow, almost into the water. Definitely need to give that more hyzer. 108 feet, so I'm going to go about 80 feet of power. And we're able to save that, but that was not a clean look. That was a wind. Yeah, I kind of wonder if the Sapphire could make it in that wind, because that rye was flying way past it. Again, no hurricane. Hooray. And take the water skip Sapphire. This is adapted from my windbreak musket line, and I realized I didn't need to make as many changes as I thought. I was trying to power down on that water skip musket to make it, or that water skip Sapphire to make it match the windbreak musket more, but I realized I can basically just throw the same shot, and it's working out pretty well. Hole 9, I think this is the same wind, very similar wind, if not the same wind. So also the same shot, powered down, a little bit of Anheuser. Hopefully this gets under the tree again, like it did last time. I'm a little further right, basically the same shot, right under the tree. And now we're further out this time. Is it 200? 200, 197. So I'm going to go right about here and give that musket a pullback. Oh, I aimed too low. Excuse me. I wussed out a little bit because of that tailwind. I aimed down a lot lower than I should have. And get in there for this birdie. So pretty clean except for Ikigai Springs 1. Let's see what I'm sitting here so far. I'm going to be sitting at 19 minus 26. So certainly much lower scores this time around. Round 4 is H3LL as hell. A round of very difficult par 3s. It's going to be tough holes with bogey in play on pretty much every hole. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned when the live stream is coming up. I'm going to live stream playing that H3LL round 4 on Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. This event is going to close then. Make sure you get your rounds in. Good luck and stay bogey free.